Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Reprogram Yourself podcast. Today we'll be talking about Injective protocol and where we expect it to go and what it's doing at the current time. Is it looking bullish? Stay tuned and wait for the prediction at the end of the video. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay, so I'd start by identifying old trends in INJ and we can see how it reacts. So basically you can see it right here, and the first one is just gone parabolic straight up, and then it's basically put in a break structure here. By break structure, it's broke right there, which is it was basically put in a higher low then up. It's broke the higher low and it's put in a lower high. We can label this one here as a BOS. And we can see that whenever we do that, we always leave behind a void in the market. So right here, we left a void to be filled. So the exit for this coin would have been here on the retest of that void. The void is made by the gap either side. It's basically made to liquidate the shorts, so people would have gone here and just rode it all the way down and gone, let's get out of this token. Another thing that I would have looked at as a top there is I would have looked at my indicators here and I would have seen we had a stochastic cross down. I would have also have seen that we had been topped, our trend line had been broken. We're in this big uptrend, we've broken that, so that's a confirmation, a confluence. Stochastic's down, we've peaked on our indicator here, and we've got a break structure. So they're my confluences, and this is the retest that I'm getting out of the market. So we can get rid of our drawings there. Let's move me to the side, go there, more, let's go there, move the drawings. And then we can see after that break structure, we can see that we continue to put in lower lows. So we got the retest there, and then we've gone down, down, down. So basically we've gone down to here, and then what you look for is your break structure here, but we can't seem. We can see that it's broke there. So you can see it going like that. Oops. And then we can see a broke structure here, so put in a high there. So you can see right there is our first break. Right there. Go settings, go BOS. And then we're going to look for the retest. So the retest is down the bottom of our range. We can see that it's coming back and it's filled the bottom. But to get the perfect entry, you'd go to a daily time frame and you'd have to find your, where is it? You'd have to find your lowest OB, order block that stands for, which is right here. So this would be entry. So I'd zoom over, and that would be my entry right there, which is $1.23, and then it's basically turned. So these order blocks work like clockwork. We've got our break structure. That's confirmed that we've come back for the retest. We can then go to our weekly time frame as well, and we can see the other indicators. We can see that we've got a cross up in the stochastic RSI. You can see this moving average here. We're above, the blue is above the red, which is a sign that we're going up. That's a bullish sign. So we've got the stochastic, we've got the cross, we've got the retest, we've got the break structure. That is a perfect entry scenario. We can then look what we did after that. We've basically gone, after that retest, we've gone, just trended up, didn't break structure there, just kept going up. And you can see here somewhere that we've broke structure, we'll have to look at the daily. So on the daily time frame, you can zoom in, you can look where your break structure is. You can see there's only one there. So this is what you got to be tricky with, guys, is you zoom in and you can see that we had that break structure right. It was basically wasn't until we had this high here and we've gone below it here. So our breaker structure was there. So what you would call your BOS. You can then see that the only order block, there's no fresh air behind any of these. That's been filled, that's been filled, that's been filled. The wick comes up either side, that's been filled, that's been filled, that's been filled. You can see if you zoom right in, there is a tiny gap between this wick and this wick here, leaving the tiniest imbalance right there. So we'd mark that candle there. So basically that's your entry there, or there. Oh, sorry, that's your breaker structure there. So your entry's here. So you would then zoom out to, get rid of that. So you know that you're going to go short here, so you're getting out on the retest. So we'd go back to weekly. And you can see after that we've just plummeted down. So after that, you can see that we've just put in lower lows again. We've just trended down. And what have we done here? Broke structure once again to identify we're going to the upside, which is now, which is very bullish. So you can see that right there. So right there, from that point, we've identified that we're going to the upside. And you can see right there, there's the tiniest gap between these two, them 2 wicks, leaving an imbalance in that candle. So we can mark that candle now to say that that's our entry point on the retest. So we can say that we've broke structure here and we're happy to get in at this point here at 17.62. It did come down to $16, but that's the entry you want. You can see that since then we have put in, we've gone all the way up to $35, but we are still bullish. We're still on this uptrend until we break this low, which we haven't. There's no reason why we don't just keep putting in higher highs and higher lows. And so basically you want to put this here, set an alert, once per bar, create. That will give me an alert once it breaks below that low, and that would give me an exit to get out on the retest. But there's no need to do that. I'll then mark my next imbalance, which there is only one above it, which is this one here. We've got fresh air either side of them 2 wicks. We can see that this is our imbalance here. So we've touched it perfectly here. So we've gone one touch, which was your exit. You've gone 2 touches, and this is like ice, guys. The more it gets touched, the weaker it gets. So the third time it hits this, it's most likely going to break straight through it. So we could very well see something like that, and then once it pumps, it might leave an imbalance behind. It'll come back and retest it and then shoot up like that. But that is what we're looking at for INJ. The reason why I'm bullish fundamentally on INJ is because its burn rate, its tokens getting burnt at a rapid rate at the moment. It's been increased by 500%. It's got a really good network called the Ninja community. They're all over Twitter and they're very vocal, and it's spreading every day. It's the developers are vocal. The network's always posting and keeping everyone updated. They're always doing upgrades. They're integrated into AI. They're actually the second top trending AI token at the moment after Tower Network, which you wouldn't imagine as a layer one, but they are. Their developers and transactions per second are very much on the uprise, and they're a growing network, so I'm expecting massive things with the technology that they have. We're going to look at some targets now of what I believe for INJ this cycle. We can go reset, we'll get rid of the drawings, we'll see. If we use the Fibonacci tool, we can have a look at roughly what targets we're looking at. So that's the 0.168 for INJ, which is probably the bearish scenario, I'd say, the cycle, which is 174.53, which we can mark. The other, with everything going on, this is the bearish scenario, just if it pumps to go from 25 to 175, but I'm expecting INJ to reach probably a minimum this cycle of $300. I like to go just below it just to get 280 or something like that, just as a psychological level. Same if the most bullish scenario is it goes to $500, which I'd mark about 480 as well. So that would be my take profits. I would take 40% off the table here. I'd take another 40% there, and then I'd let the 20% ride out. That's my strategy with INJ. It's obviously going to change. Looking at the indicators and the breaker structures, which I'll keep you guys updated with on the channel. Just subscribe and keep up to date with the content, and I'll keep that value for you guys. I'll also be looking at these indicators which mark tops, like right here. You can see we got the stochastic cross here, and we're up the top here, marking the top here for INJ. We can see that we're crossing upwards now. We want to get above this moving average. This is when all the bullishness happens. We're crossing up now, looking like really bullish in the near term with everything going on with Trump coming in and Elon as well, the AI narrative, just everything's lining up for INJ. So yeah, if there's any other tokens you would like me to cover, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one, guys. All right, thanks. Over and out.